In this video, we're going to be looking at ideas around innovation and entrepreneurship, and especially about how those relate to arts organisations. So, first of all, it's probably good to define this idea of innovation and what it means. So, innovation is talking about the application of better solutions that meet new requirements, unarticulated needs, or existing market needs. So, this comes from really the world of business. That's where we're often talking about this idea of innovation. But you can see that there's a lot of links here to things that we might call creativity or creative practice as well. Areas that could be identified for innovation are things like better quality, better efficiency, or better function. Also lower costs, lower labour involvement, and things like lower levels of environmental harm. And also creating new markets or creating whole new products, whole new things that exist in the world. The idea of entrepreneurship is to do with the generation of new ideas and new business processes. It's about creative thinking. It's about disruptive innovation, so something that is disruptive, changes markedly what's going on in an area. It's a whole new way of doing things. And also it's about being opportunistic and taking risks. The application of leadership and social capital, and setting up and starting new businesses and new organisations. So within all of this, we also need to understand the idea of enterprise. And enterprise, most clearly, we often link with business. So any type of business that is set up to generate a profit. And this could be things like self-employed work or creating limited companies or co-ops. Here we also need to really understand what this idea of profit is. So profit is where the income received by a person or an organisation is more than the amount of money that was spent on producing and delivering the goods or services that that organisation make. As a really simple example of enterprise, we could think about somebody who buys a second-hand table from a car boot sale. They buy it for £10. They spend £25 on doing it up and renovating it in whatever way is necessary, which leads to a total cost of all of the inputs put in being £35. Now, if this same person sold the table on for £65, they'd be making a profit. So there would be £30 profit in this type of situation. Similarly, if they sold it on for £35, they would be covering the costs. So they would be making no profit, but they would also not be making a loss. Or if they sold it for £25, they would then be subsidising the project by £10. So they would be taking £10 of their own money and subsidising that project. It's important to understand what different types of company structures and different types of business structures have as their relationship to profit. So a standard for-profit company aims to generate the maximum surplus, so the maximum profit, with those benefits passed on to the directors and the shareholders in the company. A not-for-profit company, so things like charities and charitable organisations, aim to use all of their income, so any of that surplus that's generated, to further achieve the organisation's aims and its purpose. So they're not interested in generating a profit that then gets passed on to somebody else. Everything is ploughed back into the organisation. Now, a community interest company, or a CIC, this is something that you're probably going to see more often currently and over the next few years. And this is a company that aims to generate a surplus, so generating a profit, but using their profit and their assets for a public good. So in the support of whatever community they've identified.